Hello, Reed Riggs here, and I wanted to answer a question that people talk about a lot, and I haven't seen research yet, although I believe it probably would be research. So if anyone has these same numbers in a study, please feel free to contact me and send it my way. So I wanted to know, how many hours of exposure are children getting to language compared to someone in a school setting? And this is talked about a lot among teachers. I know recently researcher Bill Van Patten has been talking to teachers about this, actually for a few years at least, saying that you can't compare school learners to children in how they develop. For example, saying that children learn language so effortlessly because look how much they can say in 5 years versus what a classroom learner can do in 5 years. And you can't compare them because the hours are so different. So I wanted to know, what are those hours? How different are they? And so I turned to the National Sleep Foundation website, and I found these numbers: 0 to 3 months. Newborns sleep a total of 10.5 to 18 hours a day. And so I just put them in the spreadsheet right here. And then infants, 4 to 11 months. Toddlers, 1 to 2 years. And the preschoolers, 3 to 5 years, 11 to 13. So I put all those numbers in a spreadsheet. Those are the sleeping hours. Then I wanted to know waking hours. So waking hours, I just did 24 hours in a day minus the sleeping hours. And looked at maximum and minimum, found per year. That's just this number times 90, which is 3 months. Remember, that's the first 3 months of their life. And then from 4 to 11 months is 8 months, so that's 30 days a month times 8. Getting rough estimates here. Okay, and then for the first 1 to 2 years is 2 years here, 365 days times 2. Okay, so this is the first year here, the next 2 years, and then the final 2 years, because I'm interested in what happens in 5 years. How many hours in 5 years of waking exposure to language? So that's this number here. So at a minimum, children appear to be getting 18,750 hours of exposure to language, assuming that there's language going on in their environment, communication going on in their environment, language use. And a maximum of 23,795. I took an average here between the two. Makes things easier to compare averages. Okay, school hours per week. Assuming a school only offers 1 hour a week, I've heard some teachers say that this is how they're teaching, and then an extra hour of homework per week. And so minimum 2 hours a week, I'm assuming. And then maximum, the students are meeting 5 hours, 5 classes per week, plus an hour of homework per class. So that's 10 hours per week maximum. And so then hours per month, it's 4 weeks a month. And then hours per semester. So that's these months times 4 months per semester. And then hours per year, it's 2 semesters per year. And then I wanted to know times in 5 years. So it's years times 5. Okay. So at a minimum, school learners would likely be getting, at a minimum, 320 hours in 5 years, and a maximum 1,600. Now, if they're a really diligent learner and they're super interested in watching movies and maybe they study abroad for a semester, that's going to give us much bigger numbers. The average between these two is 960 hours in school. And so then I just took the percentages by asking the minimum of school hours, 320, divided by the minimum children hours, 18,750. It gave us this number, 1.707%. Did the same for the maximum hours of exposure here. Okay. And then this average was taken by these averages, this average of those two, and then this average down here. Simply averaging these two numbers gives a different, oops, a little slow here. All right. Anyways, taking the average of these two percentages here gives a different number. So I can do that here, I guess. So yeah, it's slightly different. Anyways, average of about just over 4%, 4.5%. Okay, so that's a number that we can look at when we want to say, no, you can't compare child language development to classroom learner development, unless it's a classroom in the country. So it's ESL, people learning in an English classroom in the United States or the UK. That would be a totally different kind of measure. So this is assuming a foreign language classroom where once the students leave the classroom, they're not using the language. Some researchers call that intensity of interaction. Okay, so it's very low intensity of interaction. It's only in the classroom and then some exposure at home with maybe a textbook or some texts or some recordings online. Okay, there's some numbers. All right, thanks for watching.